When you talk about inner child wounds, what is it that really it brings up? What is it that really that you experience? Memories of arguments where everything seemed like a tyranny and your birth just seemed like an error, or it was just a concocted realm of dreams that did not feel like you would tend to be fettered to. Today in Twin Flame Energy Check-in for 6th of August, I bring to you all something very interesting. And I bring to you all literally some Akashik records, you would say, a modern Akashik record, because these are my poetries which I have written over the course of years. So this whole vibrations of years like 2011, 2010, 2009, and in these vibrations there are certain Akashic imprints that you are storing, and I read these out as I speak these out. There will be someone out there who will be feeling it literally in that space and will be able to release that wound, as we also talk about it along with reading it. A sudden rush of undying memoirs gasped in a flush of remembrance. Amidst the oceanic clusters of thoughts, my vicious wings wished to fly back to the frozen land of dreams. The claustrophobic avenue where I am a lonely traveler denies to let blow the breeze. And to give a vent to my concealed agonized desires, here flows the river of emotion in my poems and stories. So this is something which is very conjoined to what we are going through, which I am about to read out to you. This was penned down by me in the year 2010. In the month of October or November. Raucously she cried out. Disarming was the moment for him. She had a hidden apprehension. She was aware of the deep mark. She loathed the pain. Tried her best to move apart. Then she wondered. Disillusioned was he? She just wanted to mitigate the pain. Jauntily, she endured the pain with all the love that she possessed. Pain which was then replaced by pleasure. She craved for the pleasure more and more. Magnificent was the moment of love. Her unguarded tresses, coal-smudged eyes enhanced her beauty. She gaped at him with a glee. She was famished, and so was he. Then met their rubicund lips in the gloom, and then they realized it was time to return home. They tramped down the road that diverged into. She swayed in the way towards her destiny, and he followed his, with an oath to be two bodies in a single soul forever. So it's more like the divine masculine took the path of being in the mind, and the divine feminine took the path of being in the heart timelines ago. And this is something I think I had written it in 2011 or 9. I probably shivers my vein in the frost. Remembered I the midnight cold. Walked down the fetter-bounded desire frosted. Slowly I swayed the way too cold. Rose the fire that froze in fear. Fear does reside everywhere. Delusion or illusion is the frosted world. Wings had fallen down the river so chilled. Fit get it with the snowy hands, desires my soul to not break us apart. Bewildering was the moment of breeze that once blew. Bewitched I loved the souls, O Almighty down the shore. Has the river frozen in the midnight frost? So the river is the heart here, which I unconsciously refer to. So having to want to go deep and deep and deep and know beyond and beyond and beyond, and here I am having to know the beyond part, where the river is the heart which is frozen. It is frozen with the separation consciousness. It is frozen by the bricks. It is frozen by the walls, and the walls have been present. The walls have been prominent in us forever and ever. And for timelines and after timelines, we've been carrying these walls, these barricades, these emotions in our hearts. And these are the inner child wounds that we've been carrying. What is she talking about? She's talking about her father, who was not really there for her, who was alcoholic, and there were literal abuse. And she just had to be there for herself. And she had to father herself, because at an early age, her mother really had to choose her own life, because she too had to live and breathe. So for her, mothering herself and fathering herself got just a process, and losing trust and having to feel the detachment, having to feel the fear that the world is a bad place. That's where the concocting cave comes in, with that idea of frozen river. And of course, I was inspired by writers who I used to read, poets I used to read, and poets have talked about it. And we've known of artists who have committed suicide or have been killed, and so much more. And it is like the pain that they store and the scare that, because as an artist, I'll tell you, when I started proceeding and flowing in the inner healing work, I thought that I'll never get the structure of my words back, and that was my biggest fear. I lose my words, but you cannot really lose what's yours. You cannot really lose what's your divine life purpose, what you're meant for. There's nobody else who can just find the caricature of mending through the words and playing through the words just like you, that you can, even if you're an author too. So the understanding that has been a process for every author, every writer, every creator, every artist, and the collective. And that's what having to realize the collective is going through, and artists have gone through for over and over years. And these were the causes of fears and restrictions, perhaps, to just go beyond. And when love has come to its brimming point to test us, that for love, can you just let this move apart and let the world, inner and outer, be one now? We're finally coming to that state to release these fears which the inner child has. And again, these fears are because it is too much in love with this melancholy. It loves this pain, it loves this blistering agony, because it's soothing, because it's used to the pain, it's been more acquainted to the pain. So it's almost fallen in love with pain, it's comfortable with pain. So wherever it is comfortable with pain, wherever it feels very heavy new, right now when I'm talking about pain, this very heavy part, whichever is there, just breathe in all the energy you've given to it. And choose to breathe out. If you want, you can breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out. If you want, you can breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out. If you want, you can breathe out with your mouth also. If you want, you can breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also. And choose to breathe out with your mouth also How do you feel? I'm sure you feel much better, amazing, great, marvelous. I mean, that's how you should be feeling. So, there is something else I read out. I'm sure this was a collective theme I had picked up on, because one thing I have never been was suicidal, because I was very scared. Like, I've been very scared of death when I was growing up. I was like, no, I was very philosophical, as you see. So I would lament over the thing that I do not want to grow old, because it's like, in the youth, the stars are popular and they're smart, they're charming, they go out on dates and they go out love, they have boyfriends, they love, my life revolves around love. So anyway, let's read this. This is, I'm sure I would pen down this in 2011. Trickling tears flowed down the bloodshot wrist. Looks for you, I heart, vanish not, O Lord, my sweetheart. Beneath the ashes, I see the burning. Beneath the ashes, I see the fire burning the shadow that walks with me alone in the darkness, so appealing. Rose, dearie, do not ever die. Broke the dream with thorns, wings to fly. Ashes of memories of a vision of pain relieved my heart in vain. Weep not in turmoils, laugh as rings the bell of death. Banish the tinge of bliss, vanished in tyrannical Swiss. May God buy you, oh, joy of broken dreams. So this was like a fight with God. This was like a fight with, like, God, do you really exist? If you really exist, why so much of pain? In so much of pain, I'm lamenting in this blistering pain, and it's so difficult to be here. And would you not free me from here, from this pain? And in 2011, my fear was coming from I had my teenage abortion. So if you've been through abortion, I've been through it. I know how you feel, but I don't blame myself. There was no other way. So, but whatever you've been through in your life, in this journey, it was all a process. And the reason I'm coming up with my vulnerabilities, because somebody had to come up and be honest. So there you go. And if you've been through it, don't just judge yourself because religion has asked you to judge yourself, but think in terms that it was just not the right age and you wouldn't have been able to give the justice to your child that it deserved. So wherever this pain is present in you, wherever this pain is hovering you, wherever this pain is blistering you, wherever this pain is stored in you, wherever you've been through it, and now that I talked about it, the pain just came up. Wherever you have this pain, just breathe in that energy that you're giving to that pain. And it's gone, transmuted in the essence of love. You're loved. You are loved. So here's another poem. It's called Waiting. I think it was 2009, I clearly remember. I think my inner child had been time traveling in those years. Because I could wait for you, I followed the flight of those white pigeons. Down the bridge of happiness flowed the godly Ganges. I wish I could swim, I wish I could fly, I wish I could go beyond the barrier that separates us. I wish I could clasp those hands of yours, I wish I could stop you and never let you go. Relishing the morns and hours of darkness that we've spent together, recalling your bright morning face, tears blind his eyes. I wish to get a glimpse of yours before I shut these eyes. I wish to hear the sound of your bangles that I hear but in dreams every night. Crumble the dreams at a glance. I wish to feel the touch of yours that somewhere I've lost. I wish you loved me still. I wish you still cared. Wherever you are, however you are, may you be happy and not sad ever. Door to this heart would be open for you till the day I shut those eyes which wishes to see you. In the thorny road of life, I'll be waiting with a hope to hold those hands of yours. No matter how thorny and tricky my life would get, I would not give up on love. So, wherever in childhood you thought that your life had to be thorny, pricky, and wherever you now think that your life has to be suffering and full of pain and full of burgeoning, blistering emotions that just is making you feel that pain again and again, which you're so used to and so addicted to that you're loving it by now. So where are you choosing to just be addicted to this pain? Would you choose to destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nice shots, boys and beyonds. Do you completely choose to destroy anything that is remaining in it and completely release it so that something new can begin? Wherever you cannot allow that, do you allow it now? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nice shots, boys and beyonds. The problem with us humans is that we're always competing. We have to be better than each other. We have to know something more than the other. We have to be more acknowledged by the other. But the truth is that the planetary vibration is in alignment. And yes, the energy dimension and layers, the depth of understanding might differ. But overall the understanding and overall the stuff coming up, overall the energy that retains is the same. And since the energy is the same, that's what we are experiencing at this point of time. And that's why whatever I say, you're resonating to. Whatever I say might give you those goosebumps, because we're all one, we're all connected. So I read out some more poetries to you from, again, my childhood. This was clearly penned down in May 2011. May love not die ever. I remember walking down the Reverie Lane. This was one of my favorite poems. I remember walking down the Reverie Lane with thorns of roses held in these hands. Trickled down blood down the stream, flowed the stream where it rained pain. I wish I could catch those lost drops of tears. I wish I could hold on and let memoirs not die. I wish I could fly beyond the landscape of dreams. I wish I could ballet down the stream that flows down River Red. I'm sure I was referring to the heart when I meant River Red. And there's always a yearning to go back to my heart. So there's always a yearning in us, actually, in separation consciousness, to go back to the heart. So let's just try to go back to the heart here, being human. I wish in dreams this heart not depart in vain. May this heart not wait, may that heart not ache, may the souls be entwined in love. I wish I said may the souls be entwined in love again. That would sound relishing. May the souls not bid farewell to thy broken heart. may our love burgeon and never die in this life depart, and never in this life depart. So this is kind of what I am actually experiencing. So if I consider this as my Akasha, where I have chosen this, and wherever it resonates with you, what is being carried in this blistering pain is the wounds of childhood, which we choose to run away from feeling, but penned down in form of words or through some other creative venture, just to prove something to ourselves that we were worth it, because ultimately we were made to feel that we were not worth it. So wherever we chose to go outside and seek for validation, and did things to seek for validation on the outside from a place of trying to feel power, but now that we understand that true power comes from within, and powerlessness happens when we seek that power within and without and not within. So wherever we've sought it outside, giving ourselves complete credit for that, having to hold that vibration there, having to go back now within. Choose to be in oneness with that space. Whatever is coming up, whatever pain is coming up, just feel up those pain. Wherever you think that your life just cannot get better, with all the pain of childhood, all the things that you've just been through since childhood, life just cannot get better again. I remember once in my childhood, I was in class 1. So I hadn't had my school tiffin my mom had given. So my mom wasn't at home. My father's mother was at home and my father was at home. So my mom never really used to check my tiffin, and school she ultimately would, but I would usually throw it away in case I wouldn't eat. But since that day my mom wasn't at home, I had chose to keep it in my bag and chill. And suddenly my father's mother had come to visit. She asked him to check my bag, and they saw that there were biscuits. And she asked him to beat me and really make me feel terrible. He started beating me, and I was really made to feel bad. And a lot of times she would ask him to beat me or fight with mom. She would clap sitting there. And there was my inner child watching all of that calmly. Until the age of 16, I did not rebel. At the age of 16, my father hit me with a pressure cooker on my head. Then I had to go for a CT scan. Then I called up my aunt, my father's sister, who would every day call up in my house since I was a child in class 1, 2, 3, and she would ask like, did she get an A? Oh, she got a C? Oh my God, will she pass this year? I was not really bothered about my studies till class 11th. Suddenly in 11th grade, I was really into my studies because I had subjects which I was really in love with, like psychology, sociology, elective English. Elective English was like my soul. And I somehow liked those subjects. So 11 and 12, I really studied, and I really scored great in my 12th. I got like 92.5% in my class 12th, whereas only 76.25 I think for my 10th. So whenever I was interested to study and I do something, I would do it. Otherwise I would just have fun and just be in my own world. Somewhere deep down as I grew up, being in my old world was detached. I think that would be puberty. At the age of 15, I guess, 2009 that is, I wanted to have a boyfriend. I just first had a boyfriend because I wanted to know how it felt to have a boyfriend. Like, I hear people have boyfriends. How would it feel if I had a boyfriend? That's how I had a boyfriend first time. So, but then there was always a deep yearning, that deep desire for love because of the family issues and upheavals I was coming from. So, all of you who relate to it, wherever we are carrying this pain, and we think that because we've been going through this pain, life has to be that same. It's not going to be the same. Our twin flames are our eternal lovers. They're created exactly as our soul blueprint. They are created exactly to complement us in every space of our being, to give us the justice, to give us the love, to give us the harmony that we deserve as an infinite being. So, having to realize that anything that stops you from being you, will you now release it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. So, there's another poem, Rejected. So, here I have written, the first line is Lost in the Yellow Woods of Dreams. Yellow gives me a very vibe of my twin flame's karmic. She loves yellow, her profile is very yellow, she emphasizes on the color yellow too much. And let's read it. Dejected. Lost in yellow wood of dreams, she rejoiced in pain. Pain that resented in the heart of the innocent figure that resided behind those deadened walls of the womb of the mother who loved her, never was a crook. Mystic it is to refer to her as a crook. It wasn't taught in the brooks, in the form of brooks. She saw the butterflies, she saw the birds. All had a mother, but she did not. Wish she had the love of joy, wish she saw the bright sunlight, wish she was loved by all. She loved the birds, she loved the butterflies. Then flew away in fear that she would harm. Alone she loitered till she saw a glimpse of pale moonlight. She heaved a sigh, the sigh of relief that she had been able to believe that nature was her mother. The tree sheds were her shelters. There alone she would die and would live. So wherever, because of the pain, because of all the agony, we are holding on to blame. And wherever our parents could not give us the love, it's because they haven't got that love from their parents. Their parents haven't got the love from their parents. And generation after generation, generation after generation, generation after generation, this has been going on. So wherever, generation after generation, generation after generation, generation after generation, this has been going on. Wherever you're holding on to this pain, this agony, wherever you're punishing yourself with this, breathe in that essence of it. Breathe out all the heaviness, and you're free from this pain. There are quite a lot of more akashas that are present here. I'm just using my poetries to explore through the akasha because I know they are connected, and at the same time all we want is union consciousness. So just being authentic. The request: would you rest in the dreams? Will these hands be able to hold you tight? Would tide accompany you in dreams or live? Would there be stars twinkling in the moonlit daylight? The leaves may dry and die a day. I may grow too old in the deep forlorn. Queer pang may lie behind the fogs. Far may be you away from this heart. May I not rush with you so fast. May I lose the dash of beauty that I have. May I not smile, though it is my duty. But there will be light, there will be nights. Rain would wash down all the scars in vain. May the sash be a rope. May I die with a hope to make you wait, hope to hold you and embrace you tight, hope to live with the memories that you would pass by. O time, can we hold hands, walk in the rains? O time, don't depart, I beg, till he shuts these eyes. Let it never open again. Okay, that was too deep for a 16-year-old, but wherever that is, that brings up in you, whichever age you think you would be if you would relate to it, the heavy pain. It's just talking to you about what a great warrior you are. You've gone through such blistering pain, you've gone through such heavy pain in your life. You've endured so much and still you're here rejoicing life as the game that it is. So, okay, this was one of my favorite poems. This is the last one I'll read for tonight. Lost and Found. Okay, well, finally a great one to end it with. Vehemently she faced the storm, perplexed was she. Mutilated heart had she, craved for him on tonight. I remember in teenage years we had this thing for words. I would love to learn a new word every day and just decor my poetry with some new word, because there had to be something beautiful about words and learning new words and shaping life with new words, because words perhaps gave me justice. What is it that gave you justice? What is it that you would often do when you were upset and you would feel a sense of justice? Trust me, that is your life purpose. Vehemently she faced the storm, perplexed was she, mutilated heart had she, craved for him on tonight. Nonchalantly he walked away, she refused to feud, she did not revolt. Wow, she was much. She just cried day or night. No, she wasn't. Soon became a truant school girl, sat in a room all day alone. She had no composure. Bellowed out she with all the pain. Tossals was her hair, countenated she was. Unabashedly she pleaded for love, hope for an elation. Stolid was he, compared her tears with sluice often. Still she continued living a life full of frustration. Finally the day arrived, the day she got back her life. She rose from the crypt of pain, and today may the day for us be. That day luminous was her face, faded the pain from those eyes. I have heard it from a lot of you that y'all have seen pain in my eyes, okay. The gleam of joy in her eyes made him express the hidden love once again. So at a young age, a deeper essence of me had understood that it is only self-love that will make your twin flame profess the love to you. So with all the Akashik clearing, we come to the conclusion that having to rise from this crypt of pain and glimmering in the radiance and essence of joy and having just some fun, which we're having right now, we will be in that subliminal essence of being in oneness with our love. But wherever we are insulting ourselves, not seeing the greatness of our creativity, and this is how we hide, to not give credit for our true potency. Will you now go ahead and give yourself a big hug and tell yourself that I know this pain is there, because beyond this pain is a desire to be seen, heard, known, to have the fame, to have the love, to be known, to be heard, because I know I'm quite talented. I deserve more exposure. So wherever you have that part, just being a little honest collectively with each other, we could heal this veil which I'm just trying to heal in a modern new way. So wherever this veil is present, where we have to be something to reach somewhere of perfection, where we are judging each other, judging ourselves, making the process too complicated and causing that pain to come in. And with all the judgment, we're just not letting ourselves to be free and curbing our free will in fear, because your free will is also a will of God. Free will is just being. Free will is not like your divine masculine. It's not going to choose you and go to your to their false twin flame. I was about to say divine false twin flame. And it's not that. That's not free will. Free will is your will at this point. At this point, you have, okay, I'll give an example. If you're trying to live in free will, you're just being chilling. If you're trying to control, you're always going to affirm, like, my love is coming to me, my love is with me, I'm so happy with my love. Otherwise, free will is like living in the end. Yeah, if it has to come, it will come. I'm just chilling in this moment and flowing. So wherever you have forgotten your free will, you can live and chill in this moment. And whatever stops you to be you, whatever stops you to shine in your true color and potency, whatever stops you from writing this new story, whatever stops you from unleashing your inner child from this trajectory, wherever you've just kept your inner child concealed in that cave of prison, as you're given the key and you open the lock and you're opening the gate of the prison, your inner child is coming out. And beyond being told what to do, beyond being looked at, beyond your mother making those eyes, beyond your father warning you to beat the hell out of you, beyond the stranger asking you to dance, beyond somebody touching you, you're not being comfortable with it, beyond a lot of unhealthy situations where you were, there's a lot of fear in the inner child. Wherever this fear is present in your inner child, where your inner child is not being able to be herself, not being able to really choose to be, because if she chooses to be, it will be too difficult, because she's too scared of the monsters. She's scared of the darkness. She's scared of ghosts. She's scared of spirits. She's scared of dark entities. They're real, but they don't harm. They're just present. You can call upon beings of light and ask them to protect you from the dark entities and create a shield around you, and you're protected. Still, wherever you have fear, that still if the ghost comes and steals me away from here, if the thief comes and steals me away from here, whatever is yours cannot be stolen from you. Wherever you are, you cannot be stolen from yourself. Whoever you are, you'll be that. nothing will be able to change you to anything else. Anything that you're trying to do or be to change yourself altogether will be to be with somebody on the outside in name of divine love, whoever this person is. Letting this person go, breathe in that pain that it brings up, breathe out. You're feeling better, I know. Wherever there is something present, we're just going to do a bit pot walk here. And wrong, good and bad, pot walk, all night shots, boys and beyonds. And anything that is still retaining, which is there, having to feel that pain, going beyond, loving that space, just seeking and craving for love, seeking to be in oneness with love and being assured the ghost will not attack you. Nothing bad will happen. All your wishes and desires will come true. Your desires will come true and God will fulfill your desires and dreams. Your dreams will come true. The Cinderella story is real. Your Prince Charming will come. Your twin flame is real and you will have your harmonious union and you'll have a happily ever after, forever and after. Amen. I know that was a huge creative release. I think that's what I'll call this. Thank you and love and light to you. If you want to book a private session, coaching, healing, any other session, courses, in the description box below, you'll find all the details. What I do, you'll find in the website. Like, I am a spiritual being having human experience. My human experience has done a lot of modalities and courses. Tony Robbins, Diane Graziosi, Nitin Mohanlal are some of my teachers who my human self really respects. My ego is really proud of. So, beyond that, I am an infinite being, just like you are. Part of the collective consciousness, part of the same ocean that love is. We are all part of the same ocean. We're all flowing in the same ocean, just in different frequencies. But ultimately, love is one frequency, and we shall align in oneness, in love. Thank you and love and light to you. Namaste.